Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Facebook Live video. My name is Troy Stone King, and I'm glad you've joined me. Here is the topic of this video. Why making decisions to change and still getting nowhere keeps happening to you. Why making decisions to change and still getting nowhere keeps happening to you. Let me tell you a few stories from my relatively recent past. A few years ago, I started blogging about relationship topics, and I wrote a lot of articles about relationship topics and got some really good traction, tens of thousands of shares and thousands of likes and hundreds of comments. But then after a period of time, it just kind of faded away. Here's another story. Several times in my life, I've decided to learn to speak Spanish, and I would get the CDs and play them in my car and speak when they required it. And I would download it and put it in my phone and listen to the headsets when I go for a walk. And I even, for a period of time, I hired a tutor in South America to help me learn Spanish. And then that faded away also. Let me tell you a third story. In 2012, I decided to run a 5K race. Took several weeks of training. Got to the date of the race, ran the race, and then I decided, you know what, that went okay. Signed up for another 5K race, and then a third 5K race. And then I started mentoring people in their running of races. Then I ran a 10K race. Then I ran a half marathon, and another half marathon, and a third half marathon. I got a couple more half marathons, coming up soon in my belt. Now today I ran 8 miles. So I started doing running nearly 6 years ago, and that hasn't faded away. What's the difference? Let me give you a quote that I heard just recently from serial entrepreneur Casey Graham. The quote is this: action creates traction. Action creates traction. And it was true in my blogging and in my writing of online articles. I got good traction in the articles. I got lots of people who liked them and many comments. And in learning Spanish, every time I started, I got traction for a period of time. The action did create some traction, but it faded away. Why were learning Spanish and blogging, why did those two things fade away? And why has the running lasted for 6 solid years? I think that Casey Graham's quote is good, but it's incomplete. His quote is, action creates traction. I think the correct and complete quote should be, action creates traction, but consistent action creates success. Action creates traction, but consistent action creates success. Do you know why I'm doing 2 Facebook videos a day for a period of time? Is it because I'm trying to accomplish a goal? Yes, that's part of the reason. Is it because I hired a coach and he said, hey, to accomplish your goal, the next step you should take is do 2 Facebook videos a day for a period of time? Yeah, that's part of the reason. Is it because I feel like I've got a message that needs clarifying? Yeah, that's part of the reason also. But I suspect the reason that my coach told me to do this is so that I would form a habit of consistent action. It's easy for me to be lazy. I'm comfortable with it, familiar. I've done a lot of not doing anything. I've been lazy many times. But I need to get into a habit of consistent action. It's killing me when I am lazy. It's killing me when I don't take action, because I know I'm not approaching my full potential. And I know that I'm not helping the world. I've got a gift to share that the world needs, as do many of you. If you want to learn more about that, go back and check out my video, Don't Cheat the World. Go look up the video I made a few days ago called Don't Cheat the World. If you're like me, you start and stop a lot. Or worse, maybe you just don't start at all. I'm going to give you an action step that will hopefully help you get past this. And here it is. Get a pen and a piece of paper. I want you to do this immediately after this video finishes. Get a pen and a piece of paper. And I want you to write down one thing that you really want to accomplish. It could be something small, it could be something large, but one thing, just a single thing that you want to accomplish. That's it. Write down one thing you want to accomplish. And then right below that, write down one action step you can take to move you in that direction. Something that will take you less than 5 minutes to do. All right, 5 minutes. I want you to write something down that moves you in the direction of that goal that takes less than 5 minutes to do. And then I want you to do it today. Write down something you want to accomplish, one action step that'll take less than 5 minutes, and then do that today. Do the action. It takes less than 5 minutes. You can spare it. Tomorrow, I want you to write another action step that will take you closer to that goal. That maybe takes less than 5 minutes. And then the next day, one action step that gets you closer to the goal. I don't want you to try and write the 30 steps that you need to do to get there. I don't want you to think you have to know the entire path, because we never know the entire path if it's a big goal. For small goals, we don't necessarily know the whole path. But write down one thing that you can do that day, and then the next day, one thing that you can do. Don't worry about the fact that, hey, this could take 3 years to accomplish. You know what? 3 years are going to pass either way. But if you don't start taking action, if you're like, I've been lazy in the past, then you're not going to be there in 3 years. One step each and every day that gets you closer. Yeah, you get excited and enthusiastic, you take a couple steps. That's fine. I'm not going to be angry with you. But here's why I say one step per day, each day. Because after a few days, it'll start to feel normal taking these action steps. And after a few weeks, it'll become a habit. And habits are harder to stop than to start. This is why my running keeps going. I run consistently 3 days a week. And I've done it almost every single week since 2012. Why is that? Because it's a habit and I can't stop. It's hard. When I'm injured and I can't run, it's so hard because it's a habit. I want you to also establish a habit. Remember, action creates traction, but consistent action creates success. If you want to accomplish a goal, then it's simple action every single day. I hope that this is helpful for you, my friends. I very much do. Feel free to share this video anywhere you like. It's publicly accessible. So, have a great, wonderful day, and thanks for watching.